Welcome to the Shield Football Podcast, Week 15, under wraps. Gentlemen, we have one more game for tonight. That'd be the Eagles at the Seahawks right there. That's the Monday Night Football game right there. Eagles are favored to win that one by 3.5 points, man. That should be a good game right there. DC, so far, Week 15, man. Give us a quick recap on that, man. What are your thoughts?
Week, Fredo. We had some nice finishes to a couple of these games. Once again, it looks like, man, it seems like it's going to be the healthiest team by the end of the season. It's going to be the team that's there at the end, because there's lots of injuries continually to pile up, man. And so if you got a healthy team, hey, be happy, because right now, the injury doctor's making his round around the whole league.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Jay, what are your recaps on Week 15 so far, man?
Same thing. It's all about who's playing and how they playing. Quick little list for y'all. This is the inactive / blue tent squad. Pretty good squad if this is your starting. Jamar Chase, AC joint. Keaton Mitchell, knee. Trevor Lawrence, concussion. Zach Martin, quad. Tommy DeVito, he got checked out for concussion. Tyreek Hill didn't play. Chris Olave didn't play. Hollywood Brown, Hill, Kyler Murray, he went into blue tent. Brock Purdy was able to come back, but they had to check him out. Geno may not play tonight, groin. So it is and that's not even talking about who's on IR right now.
Yeah.
Right.
So it is getting to that time where, if, like you said, the healthy team is going to be the team that's going to win.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. It's been crazy with these injuries coming up, piling up as well, man. And so that's a great right there. The healthiest team. You should be happy at this point, right?
Yeah, and I don't even Nico Collins, Stroud, Keenan Allen.
Yeah,
I don't even, they're just out.
And Will Anderson.
Will Anderson, it's deep, man.
Yeah.
It's deep.
Like, believe me, man, from the Texan side of the ball. Yeah, yesterday, man, we were playing number backups back there, basically, man. So, but next man up mentality, man. Like, this right here determines what a coaching staff really can do is what can you do with the guy behind your starter? What can he do? What can he bring? And how can he help the team? So that's the mentality that needs to be recognized moving forward. What these coaches can do with the next person up to take that injured person spot. But that being said, gentlemen, let's go on and let's talk about the Thursday night game right here. We had the Chargers at the Raiders right here. Final score was 21-63. Yeah, man, 21-63. This right here led a coach to get fired. I'm surprised he even made it on the plane that night of. But that being said, let's go to some game leaders real quick, and let's go to some passing yardage. Let's start off with our Chargers side of the ball. Stick, yeah. He threw for 32, completed 23, 253 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Your top rusher was Spiller with 16 carries for 50 yards. Your top receiver was Palmer with 4 catches, 113 yards, and 1 touchdown. Have a day, my boy. Now to the Raiders side of the ball. O'Connell, he threw for 34, completed 20 for 248 yards, 4 touchdowns, man. Not bad. Top rusher was White with 17 carries for 69 yards and 1 touchdown. The top receiver was Adams for 8 catches, 101 yards, and 1 touchdown. Not bad, boy. And to some team stats, total yardage for the Chargers, 326, while the Raiders had 378 turnovers, 5 for the Chargers and 0 for the Raiders. And time possession, 29 minutes for the Raiders and 30 minutes for the Chargers, but that didn't matter, man, with this ass whooping right here. So that being said, this puts the Chargers at 5-9, last in their division, and this puts the Raiders at 6-8, third in their division. DC, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
Team quit. The team been and quit weeks ago. the Chargers are going through what the Raiders went through about 4 or 5 weeks ago when they fired their coach. There's rumblings of people just showing up to meetings when they want to show up. So I know some of the fans are probably relieved as far as Chargers fans.
I know you're relieved.
Yes, not that I'm relieved, but I can't believe it took so long.
Yeah.
So now it's going to tell you a whole lot about this franchise is who they hire for coach. I'm really interested to see what type of person they hire. They're going to just go find some random guy, or they're going to really try to knock it out the park with a team that as much talent as they have. But they're also going to be cap strong. They were telling me that Mac, they're going to hit about $35 million against the cap. Keenan Allen going to hit about $35 million against the cap. So somebody's got to come in and start making some major cuts to some really key players, because there was the glory years right here. They had the chance, but they just didn't have the right coach. They had the talent all around. And, of course, hats off to the Raiders, man. Head coach master gas on him. I thought he was going to take it easy the second half.
Yeah.
No. He came on and keep pushing and pushing and pushing. Good job for him, for Pierce, man. I hope he gets the job. I really do. Yeah. But it's the Raiders, and, sometimes the Raiders going to Raider.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Jay, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
Yeah, Antonio Pierce needs to keep that job. You see what happened with Carolina when they got the interim and he started ticking up Wilkes, and he started playing. The team started playing better. Then they switched the whole culture out, and now look at him.
Yeah.
Antonio Pierce is like you said, he smashed the gas on him, and he was like, "I'm gonna earn a job today." Embarrassing these boys, but yeah, that's another name we didn't even. Herbert, he's out for the remainder, but it's just an all around embarrassment.
Jacobs also.
Yeah,
Josh Jacobs.
And so, they almost put up the Miami number, and that's the Raiders.
Yeah,
which is crazy. 63 points on another NFL squad is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Hats off to them. 42 points is the largest margin of lead that they've ever had in the franchise history.
And at 1/2, right?
Yeah. So there's not much you can say. Only thing I can say is, if it was you, who y'all hiring
for them right there
for the Chargers?
I've heard the name Belichick come across, but I'm just not sure. I don't think that's going to work for that locker room.
That's not going to work.
No, like I said, I'm more along the line of the Detroit Lions offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
somebody
Johnson.
Like that that's going to open it up and go with it. But if you're talking about you bringing a stick in the mud like Belichick, it is not going to work. I don't think it is. And I've heard his name aligned with them since it happened. Yeah. But I don't think that's going to work. But I'm more of an offensive-minded guy, for sure. And then you go out and find your defensive coordinator.
Yeah. Oh no, same thing. Like I was hearing stuff around Belichick coming over that he's supposedly orchestrated to go over there right now. But I agree with DC, man. I think that defensive coordinator Johnson from the Lions, a great fit right there, because at least you have the quarterback, and you just put some weapons around it, and I think you'd be good to go and bring a solid DC, to help out this defense right here. Because their defense is really not that bad, man. I mean, at least you got Bosa right there.
Right. It's got names. They're bad.
Yeah.
It's just got names.
They got potential. Is what I'm saying. Like this team really is not that far away to be, back in a contention with the playoffs. It's just you need the right play caller, man. And like DC said, this was the window opportunity to actually make a move, but they pooped on that, man. So whoever comes in here, man, they got a lot of nicks and knacks to fix.
I think so. The coach, that's a good conversation, but the GM,
he gone.
He gone.
He was gone too. So now you inherit whoever the GM is. He's going to inherit all that salary, and then all these exiting. Like Eckler's not going to be back.
No.
How are you going to add to get Justin Herbert another weapon? We'll have to see. He just got a big old contract.
Yep.
Keenan Allen, that might be one of them cap casualties. Get you dead money, and then we'll move on. Because as a GM, you're a great player, but you're older. Why are we paying you this money?
Yeah.
So.
And they just drafted that Johnson first round,
and that's another reason why the GM got fired. Because like you said, Tank Dell was after him. I'm trying to see. Addison was before him, I believe. But yeah, there's other receivers. Puka, yeah. There's other receivers that were drafted after him that
has been doing very well.
So yeah, that's another reason he's gone. But we'll see.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying it's going to be very interesting to see who they hire. If they go out there and hire Kellen Moore, Arthur Smith, somebody like that, which he's on his way out too. That tells me they're not serious about it. That tells me that the owner has still got his hands in the way if the GM or hires somebody like that. Yeah. You know, and with the whole Belichick thing, whoever hires him, if he leaves New England, he gonna want to be the GM. So that's gonna be a problem wherever he goes.
Yeah,
you know. But yeah, the Chargers, a finicky franchise, man, and the Raiders just went through this. 2 years ago, so that's why I hope they keep Pierce. They had the guy Bisaccia, the special teams coach.
Yeah,
they fired the other coach. He fired Gruden. He took over. They were doing well. Fired him. Brought in McDaniel. Yeah. Now look where you're at. Right back where you started from. Yeah. So I hope that the season locker room is good with Pierce and just go on to put him in a position, man, and move on. Yeah.
So none of y'all can picture Belichick in L.A. Like maybe it'd be a different type of Tanner.
No,
not in the hoodie.
No, man.
No, I can't. Not Belichick in the Hawaiian shirt.
There you go. Belichick in the Hawaiian shirt with the Tommy Bahama stuff.
He would drag that franchise down. He'll turn. It's too bright and sunny out there to be in boot camp.
Yeah,
that ain't
so no.
Yeah. All right. That being said, gentlemen, y'all boys got anything else between that game right there?
Nah, let's go.
All right. Go ahead, Jay.
All right. The Cincinnati Bengals went against the Minnesota Vikings. Cincinnati came out with the victory 27-24 in overtime. Pretty entertaining game if I can say that.
Battle of the backups.
Yeah, for real. Nick Mullins was 26 of 33, 303 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Chandler, Ty Chandler? Yeah. 23 carries, 132 yards, and a touchdown. And Jordan Addison, 6 receptions, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jake Browning, he might be something. 29 of 42, 324 yards, 2 touchdowns, and interception. Joe Mixon, 10 carries, 47 yards, and a touch. And Jamar Chase, 4 receptions, 64 yards before leaving with an injury. The Vikings pretty much dominated most of this, but Bengals were not gonna let up. Vikings had 424 total yards. They had 2 turnovers, and the Cincinnati Bengals had 378 yards, 1 turnover. Pretty entertaining game, if I can say that. So. Crab, what do you think?
You're right, man. Very entertaining game. Just in the end, it seemed like Minnesota ran out of gas or something. They got the Bengals scored 3 touchdowns, I think, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And as an NFL team, you just can't do that.
Yeah.
Backup quarterback versus backup quarterback, you just can't do that, man. And big loss for the Vikings. As far as playoff implications, big win for the Bengals.
Yeah.
And Browning's making all kind of money.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to be highly sought after when this season is over, along with a few other backup quarterbacks that are doing really well right now. So that's another thing I'm going to be looking for in the offseason. Who's going to get paid? Because you see how valuable these guys are now. So you're finna see some backups probably making 10, 15 million a year. I would not be surprised. It sounds crazy right now, but when the season's over, when you see what happens when you lose your star quarterback and how important it is for a guy to come in, even if he just gives you 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
But a lot of these guys coming in for the whole season.
Yeah.
The Colts are another team with Minshew. So, good win for them, man. They played hard all the way throughout it. They got to work on their run defense a little bit, but other than that, the Bengals just moving right along. I hope Chase is okay. Higgins had a big day.
Yeah.
It really didn't show us for the yardage, but the touchdowns he scored, man, they were huge.
Yeah.
So, good for them to keep moving on, man.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson also got hurt in this game as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that right there, man, like hopefully he's all right, man. I say might as well just sit down the rest of the season if I was Justin Jefferson, just to be safe. But Addison, man, heck of a performance, man. 6 catches for 111 yards for 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Not bad, man. And also T.J. Hickerson, man. He kind of balled out this game as well. But the Vikings had so many chances to take over this game and win it, man. Because at the by the third quarter, they were over 17 points, and like DC said, in the fourth quarter, Cincinnati put up 21 points and take that game to overtime.
Yeah.
So very entertaining game right here. I just think that the window for the Vikings pretty much is closed already now, and the Bengals just keep winning. T. Higgins had a game after Chase left the game. T. Higgins played pretty good as well, man. He had some good catches. So T. Higgins next year he's not gonna be with the Bengals, and I wonder what team he's gonna be in. But yeah, man, T. Higgins playing like a wide receiver 1 right now, man. So congrats to the Bengals. They look pretty good, man. And that quarterback they got, their backup, is catching a lot of attention right now, man.
Yeah,
that's good.
Jake Browning, 1 year deal. He's making $750,000.
Yeah,
that's
about to change.
He's
man.
27 right now, so that's the only thing.
Yeah.
Well, what school he came from, Jay? You know,
Washington.
Yeah, Husky. I didn't think he was gonna be anything. To be honest, I forgot all about him. But yeah, he's making some money. We'll see. He'll have a nice $1 million plus contract next year
as a backup, or you think as a starter?
Most likely a backup, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll have to see what's happening around the league.
Yeah.
See how Kirk Cousins thing. So that he'll be a nice fit if Kirk Cousins ends up leaving. Jake Browning to Minnesota will be not bad.
Yeah. For cheap also.
Oh yeah, that's the whole thing about this game. It's got all kind of free agency implications in it. With Higgins.
Really
and I think that in Minnesota, Jefferson's gonna pick the quarterback. They're gonna have to find somebody that he says, okay, it's time for my deal. I'm okay with being hitched to that quarterback, and that's gonna be huge.
Yeah,
because I get the feeling they're gonna let him pick, as they should, because that's your franchise player. But who's going to be available for him to hitch his wagon to for the next however many years?
Yeah,
whether it's somebody through the draft or what?
Yeah,
because for their receiving room, it's legit.
Yeah, yeah.
He just got to have the quarterback to work with it. You know that the Cousins thing is done there.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested to see who they're going to pick up for quarterback the next few years.
Okay. Gentlemen, y'all have anything else with that game? All right, let's move on to the next game, man. We had the Steelers at the Colts. Final score 13-30. The Colts take care of business at home. Speaking about backups, man, we have another backup game right here as well. We had Trubisky. He threw 23, completed 16, 169 yards, 1 touchdown, but 2 interceptions. Your top rusher from the Steelers was Warner with 10 carries and 40 yards. Your top receiver was Johnson with 4 catches, 62 yards, and 1 touchdown. Now to the Colts side of the ball, your top passer was Minshew. He threw for 28, completed 18, 215 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Have a day, man. Your top rusher was Sorman with 17 catches, 88 yards. 17 rushes with 88 yards. Top receiver was Pittman Jr. with 4 catches, 78 yards. Let's go to some team stats. Total yardage. The Steelers had 216, while the Colts had 372. Turnovers, 3 for the Steelers and 0 for the Colts. That being said, 26 minutes total possession for the Steelers and 33 minutes for the Colts. So that puts the Colts at 8-6, all tied up in their division, but holding out that number 2 spot. And that leaves the Steelers now 7-7, last in their division. DC, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
God, I know right now the Pittsburgh Steelers, they got to be really, really frustrated, man.
Yeah,
they really do. Not just George Pickens, but the offense. Period, man. It doesn't matter who's their quarterback. Now they have to realize they got it wrong. So now they got to reset the quarterback thing. I think they're gonna probably move on from Najee also on the offensive side. they got a lot of rethinking to do over the offseason. And I think this is going to be the year that Tomlin don't make it because offensively, this is ridiculous. Week in and week out, you fired the OC, still ain't a whole lot changing.
Yeah.
So they're going to do a lot of soul searching this offseason to get this thing on the right track. But on the other hand, the coach, man, they still in it.
Yeah.
Still in it, like you said, with a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
In some kind of way, every week they figure out how to get it done. And hats off to him. They found another running back, Trey Sermon. I'm happy he finally getting to get his chance, man. I really am. He bounced around from the Niners, I think the Eagles, and I watched him at Ohio State when he was playing, man. I thought he was going to be a good NFL back, and I'm finally glad that he's getting a chance to show that he can play in the league.
Yeah.
So, good job for the coach, man.
Yeah. But man, that Pittman hit, man, that was
rough.
That was rough.
Yeah,
man.
that was tough.
That's something out of video game. Jay, what were your thoughts on this game, man?
Sam, that's a good call on that Trey Sermon. I think he had like 300-yard day rushing for Ohio State that one time. Yeah, I thought he was gonna be real good too. Shane Steichen, Coach of the Year for me. He ain't gonna win it, but the stuff that he has overcome is crazy. Because even when Anthony Richardson was healthy, he was a rookie. He was a raw rookie. Then you come in with this Gardner Minshew, who's obviously a backup. He's a journeyman too. You put up 30 points and 8-6. You're tied for the division lead right now. So yeah, he's my Coach of the Year. On both sides of the ball, they really are undermanned. Jonathan Taylor hasn't really done much. Somehow he got Zach Moss to be somebody. And then Michael Pittman, he's a good receiver, but he ain't the top of the tops. And that's really the only names he's working with. So, yeah, stuff he's doing is really good. You see how the loss of him from the Eagles has hurt them a little bit. So yeah, he's my Coach of the Year. And then with the Steelers, lost 4 of the last 5 games. Lots of talent on the team. You said something earlier, Craig. You said that Tomlin might not make it. You talking about playoffs or you talking about what?
No, the playoffs. Again.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Because to fire him wouldn't be right.
Right.
But I don't know what they do. Obviously they need a quarterback, but they're not in position to get one.
Yeah.
So Jake Browning? I mean, there's not much you can do.
Right.
And they need to make some aggressive moves because they do have a good team.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, what if the Steelers get an old boy from the Commanders as an offensive coordinator?
Bieniemy?
Bieniemy, yeah.
You never know. He got to go somewhere. He can't stay there.
Yeah.
I can promise you that.
I mean, because like really the offensive coordinators that are truly available right now, most likely they want head coaching jobs. Not unless if you promote a quarterback's coach that can come in as the Steelers' offensive coordinator. But yeah, their offense, man, needs major help. But their defense, man, shout out to T.J. Watt, man. He had 2 sacks that game as well, and that defense is pretty nice, man. But you could tell that the defense is kind of burnt out because the offense is 3 and out every possession basically.
And burn any defense out.
Yeah, exactly. So the offense ain't complimenting the defense right now at this moment. And this right here, man, I kind of wanted the Steelers to win this game.
Oh, sure.
It just because of the whole Texans and Colts division. But man, the Steelers didn't even have a chance in this game, man. From the first half, it was already 14-6, and then from there they put 16 more points on them. I mean the Colts are just a rolling ball machine right now, man. I hate to say it, man, but damn it, man. The Colts, I want to say the Colts might be the better team in the AFC South right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
on paper, no, but the way they
Yeah,
playing,
the way they're playing.
the way they're playing is impressive.
Yeah,
They're playing with house money.
yeah,
They playing with nothing, basically nothing to lose.
exactly.
You know,
And they're winning right.
right. It's
8 and 6.
similar to the Texans. You know,
Yeah.
only thing that's got something over the Texans is because they had the first 2 picks. That's the
Yeah.
only thing people say about the Texans. But for me, for the most part, they still playing with house money too in this
Yeah.
first year.
Yeah. Yeah. But other than that, gentlemen, y'all boys got anything else on that game?
Man, it's crazy. If you look at the receivers, Michael Pittman, DJ Montgomery,
Oof, yeah.
Mo Alley Cox,
Mm-hmm.
Josh Downs, pretty good. Alec Pierce, Tyler Goodson, Kylan Granson, and Drew Ogletree all got targets in this game. They are playing with nobody.
Right.
Yeah.
So again, and they put up 30 points with these cats.
Yep.
3 touchdowns to DJ Montgomery, Mo Alley Cox, and Zach Moss. Yeah, that's my coach of the year because ain't nobody else doing that with nobody.
And the Steelers, last 5 games, scored 10 points against the Browns,
Mm-hmm.
16 against the Bengals, 10 against the Cardinals, 18 against the Patriots, and then 13 this weekend. It's terrible.
Yeah, I mean,
That is terrible.
I mean, like, man, like you could put a gun in their heads, score more than 20.
Yeah.
They
Can
can't
you do that?
Nope.
They can't.
Bro.
Can't do it.
Yeah. But just imagine, man, if they score more than 20, how many of those games would they have won, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And that, you know, like you would think, 20 points, man, that ain't nothing, you know, but apparently it's hard for the Steelers, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to Detroit. A nice little blowout win for Detroit. At home, they beat the Denver Broncos 42-17. Jared Goff, 24 of 34, 278 yards, 5 touchdowns. 5 touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs finally taking over the reins for real. 11 carries, 100
About
yards,
time.
and 1 touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 7 receptions, 112 yards, and 1 touchdown. Russell Wilson, 18 for 32, 223 yards, 1 touchdown. Samaje Perine, 6 carries, 37 yards. And Jerry Jeudy, 3 receptions, 74 yards. Win probability went up to 100% for them pretty quickly with 448 yards for Detroit, 0 turnovers. And then Denver, 287 yards, 1 turnover. It's pretty evident that at home Denver is a monster. So, how you feeling about Detroit and Denver?
Yeah, man. See what happened, Golf, when you don't turn the ball over?
Mhm.
Just go out there and play your game, man, and drop 5 touchdowns like you did. Actually, not very many penalties. They played a really clean game against a Broncos defense that had been decent as of late, pretty good. And like all around, they did it all. They did what they pretty much wanted to. And this Broncos team, well, it may be back to the drawing board for them because this Russell Wilson thing, until they can get half-ass explosive on offense, they're going to be in trouble, man. They really are. And I don't know how many more years they got of this contract before they can at least push it off to somebody else where it's acceptable for another team. But
Yeah.
looks like at least for the next couple of years, him and Sean Payton are going to be married.
Yeah.
And I was watching this. Sean Payton was yelling at him on the sideline. This offensive offside stuff, man, it's taking hold. Ever since Tony, I think I've seen it called 3 or 4 times this weekend.
Yeah, it was.
Like, man, I hadn't seen it. Like Mahomes say, he'd never seen it. I hadn't seen it either. But this week, I know this Denver game, they did it in like 2 or 3 games yesterday. I'm like, this is it's here to stay.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I don't know how these guys can walk up there to that line and line up offside. You on the line with the ball.
Yeah.
And you can't see that. But good win for the Lions. They needed that to hush some of us naysayers out.
Yeah.
But Denver got a little problems on their end, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So great win for the Lions right here. Impressive win at home. Right now at home, I want to say they're 5-2. Not bad, man. And the Broncos are having a tough time on the road this year, as their record on the road is 3-4. And I don't know what the Broncos can do right now to fix it. I want to say this right here puts them more far away from the playoff race now. It's gonna be harder for them now to compete for a playoff spot. But they did an impressive turnaround though, man. I feel like it was a little bit too late. They lost what, 4 in a row, 5 in a row.
Yeah.
So that right there just put them in a hole right there. And for the Lions, man, like this is what I expected the Lions to be this season.
Right.
But they've been pretty inconsistently, especially on the road. But this game right here, man, very impressive win right here. Like you said, DC, not that many penalties from the Lions side of the ball. They play good. They're playing clean. And like I feel like however Goff is gonna be this game, it determines how the Lions gonna play that game. And he was 34 for 24. Very impressive QBR rating. Was at a 134, man, in this game. Not bad at all, man. So, and he only got sacked twice in this game, so not bad.
It was 6 for 6 in the red zone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not bad.
That's big.
Yep. And the running game as well, man. Running game just from 2 running backs, 185 yards.
Yep.
Talk about balance. Yes, sir. All right, gentlemen, y'all have anything else between this game right here of the Broncos and Lions?
No.
No? All right, let's move on to the next game.
Houston at Tennessee. All right, so the Texans went into Nashville, came out with a victory in overtime, 19-16. Let's go to some passing yards. Game leaders. Case Keenum got the start, 23 of 36, 229 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Devin Singletary, 28 carries, 121 yards. Noah Brown, leading receiver, 8 for 82 and a touch. Will Levis, 17 for 26, 199 yards, 1 rushing touchdown, 1 interception. Tajay Spears, leading ball carrier, 9 carries, 30 yards. And Treylon Burks, 3 receptions, 62 yards to lead them in receiving. Houston dominated with total yards, 340 total yards to 204. Both had 1 turnover, and even time of possession. Kraft, let's go ahead and start with you. How do you feel about the? It looked like it was going to be Titans early.
Yep.
And then it's just Texans came back and started pressuring them pretty good. So how do you feel about how the Titans perform?
The fast horse don't run long.
Right.
And I actually thought, man, the Titans got a chance when I found out that Will wasn't playing. I said, we got a chance to run the ball because he's a hell of a guy on run stopping. So Henry may get a shot today. It was totally opposite. Offensive line laid massive eggs.
Yeah.
Gave up 7 sacks, man, and Levis was running for his life the whole game. Grenard was there. It's like every other play he was in his face, man. And take your hat off for Grenard. He's having a hell of a season for the Texans. But another L, Levis is going to have to work on some ball placement things. I know you were under the rest, but there was some passes you just missed. There was a couple. Burks was open, you know, but you still chose to go to D-Hop. And even some of the passes you threw to D-Hop, just the ball placement
behind
on
him.
The ball placement would have made all the difference in the world. So, like I say, it's just some wrinkles we got to have to definitely work through this year. Hats off to the Texans. They put Case Keenum in there. A lot of people were wondering why Case and not the other guy. I'm like, well, it makes sense to me. I figured they were going to go with the veteran.
It does make sense.
Being in a game of this magnitude, this was huge. This is probably the biggest win for the Texans this year, based on the time of the year it's played and what's going on in the division. So it's a huge win for the Texans, and congratulations. Hopefully Stroud will get better, and they keep on doing what they're doing.
Yeah. All right. This game right here, man, like it had my blood going, man. Especially the first, second, third quarter of this game, man. There was some questionable play calling that I was scratching my head about, man. But I felt there's 3 deserving game balls for the Texan side. One is to Singletary.
Mm-hmm.
Hell of a game, man. 26 carries for 121 yards. Jeez, man, have a day, man. And then I'm gonna give it to the defense, man. The defense stopped the run for 66 yards. Very impressive. And then in the air, they stopped them for 199. Not bad. And then they got 7 sacks. Sheesh. Man, that's what I'm saying. And then my third game ball is Kami Fairbairn. Welcome back, man. Thank you for coming back because you're the kicker. Your leg helped win this game right here. He was 4 for 4. His longest one was for 54 yards, and he made it look so damn easy compared to what we had with Amendola for the past couple of weeks, man. So those are game balls right there. But that being said, DC, like I think it's time for the Tennessee Titans to put them uniforms back in the trunk, man. Don't you ever take them out on us ever again, man. All right, ever.
Why is that, Fredo?
Man, don't get me wrong, man. It was nice to see them uniforms being used, man. But I just don't like it to be used on us. It's like that's a slap in the face right there, man. But it was dope to see those uniforms, man. I miss them uniforms down here in the H. I wish we would have kept them, man. But if we can't wear them, oh well, man. But it's good to see them out there, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the best uniforms in the history of the league.
No, the Kelly Green ones are the best ones in my opinion.
That's you're drunk. Those are the best. Those and then Chargers second. Got the best uniforms because that blue, man, that pops.
Pop.
I put on that TV. I was like, man, it just feels good to see that blue. I was gonna say they need to just convert over to the Oilers again. If they're smart, I'll go back to the Oilers and I go full of this. But when you go to the game, Case Keenum got the start because of how he managed the game. There's times where he checked out of plays into the right play. They saw something on film where, and then they knew their blitzes. He read the game better. He took care. I mean, he had that bad interception, but for the pick six. But
the only touchdown they had.
But but he took. Well, no, Levis got a touchdown. Levis got a rushing touchdown.
Oh yeah, that's mayonnaise eating up.
But for the Titans, that was a complete team meltdown.
Yeah,
offensive line. There's some players that got nicked up, and then you could see because they couldn't hold a pocket for anything. Will Levis, like you said, he had multiple times where his ball placement was suspect. The kicker missed that. It wouldn't have even been a game.
Right.
I mean,
that's
you know what I'm
the
saying?
touchdown.
Right.
Yes, yeah.
The kicker missed the extra point, and that was it. Yeah. Well, they were chasing that from get go. DeAndre Hopkins had a bad drop on a long 40-yard play that D'Amico Ryans end up challenging and win that challenge. But
that's the one that Pierce batted down and
Petrie.
Petrie. That's on Petrie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Petrie. Yeah.
But yeah, the whole team kind of collapsed around this. It should have been an easy win for the Titans, but they just they just collapsed. And then it is what it is. The Titans are now what 10th in the draft. Where y'all picking in the draft?
5-9. We should be right around that top 10
Let's
area.
see, y'all ninth.
Yeah.
Ninth in the draft. So y'all got some work to do. There's some pieces, but I think it's gonna be a total breakdown coming up. And the biggest thing, Derrick Henry, 16 carries, 9 yards. The Texans came with their big boy pants on. Every time he got the ball, Stuff City. So
contacted behind the line of scrimmage every time.
I think both coordinators, offense and defense for the Texans, had really good games.
So real quick, guys, like I think right now the Titans are pretty much saying their goodbyes with Derrick Henry.
Yes.
No doubt.
So DC, now I got a question for you. Now, I know you said this multiple times, but how do you feel the Titans not trading away Derrick Henry where they could have at least got something out of it, especially where where the Titans are right now with the record.
Yeah, I wanted them to do that. Get something back because I knew he's going to walk when the season's over, just for the money he's going to ask for. When we got Tajay Spears on a rookie deal, so at least got something out of it. It would have been nice, but they chose. I don't know. I really would like to know how that went down.
Yeah.
And why the move wasn't made.
Yeah.
Is it because the GM felt like he wasn't getting enough value?
Yeah.
Which it wouldn't take much, in the situation that we're in.
Yeah.
You just let him get something out of it. Or if it was a ownership thing that stepped in and said, no, we're not going to move him. If somebody on the team, on the staff fell in love with him as far as being a Titan. But that goes to you cannot fall in love with your player. You cannot. It's a business. When the move needs to be made, you make the move.
Yeah.
The best move for the team. So I really would like to know when they talked about this in the room around the trade deadline, who was it that put a halt to it? Because I'm sure somebody had to.
Yeah.
Because I know somebody brought it up that moved Henry. He's going to walk. So either way, like I say, they should have moved him.
Yeah.
We got something for it.
Yeah, because I heard this interview after the game with Henry. A reporter asked him, so how do you feel like these are now, like your last couple of games here at Tennessee? And he's like, have you thought about that? Have you pondered on those thoughts? And he's like, yeah, like especially after a loss like this, he said that he's going to reflect a lot that, his time in Tennessee might be just over. And so, like I always say, man, if you could get value out of a player, especially with picks, I feel like y'all could have got a third round for him easily. Maybe a second pick, maybe.
I would have had with a fourth, Fredo.
Fourth, yeah.
Okay.
Because you only renting it for 3 months, basically. That's all
Okay,
you're doing. It's a rental.
Yeah.
So I'd have been the fourth round would have been fine.
Yeah.
Fifth round would have been actually fine because we got something back.
Yeah.
Now you get nothing.
Yeah.
Depending on, if you get something, it's a compensatory pick 2 years from now.
Yeah.
Last thing I got, I was laughing before the game. Titans posted up on Twitter, Mount Rushmore. So it was CJ2K couldn't make it to the game, I guess, but Mount Rushmore was Derrick Henry, Eddie George, and who do you think was the third in Mount Rushmore for the Titans?
Campbell?
Yep.
Earl
Campbell.
Yep.
Campbell.
Houston legend.
Yeah.
Earl Campbell was the third.
Never played in Tennessee.
Never played it. No, wasn't around when they moved. So,
see, man, this is the shit that disgusts me, man.
I just wanted to let you.
And Vrabel, don't you ever wear a cowboy hat ever again?
Oh yeah,
man, don't you ever do that, man. Who do you think you are?
Nah, I like that look from Vrabel actually.
Man, Vrabel was not even from the South. He's from Ohio.
Well, he knows what that means.
Only because you're coaching Houston for 3 years, 4 years.
But
just pisses me off, man.
But that I found that kind of funny. Earl Campbell was in the Oilers.
So Eddie George was there, right?
He played in both.
Yeah, he played in
both cities.
Yeah, but he was at the game with the. He was right there. Then
they should have flew out Chris Johnson too. That would have been
CJ,
that would have been one. I'm that's all I got.
DC, you got anything else?
Yeah, I'm good, Fredo.
Yeah. Jay?
No, I'm good.
All right, let's go to the next game right here, man. We have the Bears at the Browns right here. Final score 17-20. The Browns take care of business at home. Let's go to some game leaders, and let's start off with Fields. Fields, he threw for 40, completed 19, 166 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Top rusher from the Bears was Johnson. 5 carries for 36 yards. Top receiver from the Bears was Moore with 4 catches, 52 yards. Now to the Brown side of the ball. Flacco, he threw for 44, completed 28, 374 yards, 2 touchdowns, but 3 interceptions. The top rusher from the Browns was Ford with 8 carries for 20 yards. And your top receiver from the Browns was Cooper with 4 catches, 109 yards, and 1 touchdown. Have a day, my guy. Let's go to some team stats. Total yardage for the Bears, 236, while the Browns had 377. Both teams with 3 turnovers each. Time possession, 29 minutes for the Bears and 31 minutes for the Browns. That being said, this puts the Browns now at 9-5, second in their division, and this puts the Bears 5-9 in their division last. DC, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
And I thought the Bears were going to pull it off.
Yeah, man.
I really thought they were going to win this game, but
and I was hoping them.
Yeah, late. They gave up big plays late to Njoku, man,
Mm-hmm.
and that sealed the fate. And they damn near caught the Hail Mary.
Yeah,
but Flacco, man, I guess he's doing what old veteran do, moving him right along. There's some people talking about Stefanski for coach of the year for what he's done.
Yeah,
with this team right here.
That's his fourth backup, right?
Yeah, they played a lot of quarterbacks. In some kind of way, they still in the mix.
I mean,
9-5.
You can put a water boy in there too.
That's what it's looking like. But Fields, he did okay, man. He's auditioning for next year, which try to get his stock up. I don't think he's gonna be there.
Man, them receivers ain't helping him though, man. They had some drops.
Yeah, they did have some drops, but good game for Cleveland, man. Some kind of way they sticking around in the mix. They're making it muddy for the playoff picture. So, but either way, I ain't got much on that one.
Yeah, Jay.
Yeah, same thing. Mooney, you got to catch that.
Yeah,
that man, you got to in your hands, just bucket catch it. But like you said, that's pretty much the story of the Hail Mary and Joe Flacco coming off this couch. They finally signed him to a 1-year deal. Stop playing with their practice squad game because there was going to be a team that was going to claim him.
Ain't no doubt.
And so they were like, "Oh, now we got to go ahead and lock him down for this year." But yeah, I mean, tough game, tough game to lose for the Bears. But they keep their draft spot. Right now, the Bears are. Let me see.
9, 8. I mean, 8 or 10. That's out their first pick.
Yeah, they're 5. So the Bears have the first pick and the 5th pick. Wow. So that was one of those good losses to where you show what you can do, but you fail at the end.
Yeah.
And now 1-5, man, you can do some stuff.
There you
Ain't no doubt. And if you can move Fields, you might get even a little better.
You might get 3 of them.
Yeah.
So I mean, but that's all I got. Fredo, you got anything else?
Nah, man. What's it called? Like, I just, we just mentioned right now, I wish the best for Fields, man. He needs to get out of Chicago, man. And hopefully there's a team that's willing to, invest in time in him and, coach him up. And, he has a lot of potential, man. And I just hope that he goes to a good team. Man, I hope that Atlanta makes a good move for him, man. That'd be nice for him right there.
Atlanta and Pittsburgh.
Ooh,
these are the times you can change your whole outlook.
Yeah.
If he goes to Pittsburgh, that's a whole different squad.
Yeah, absolutely, man. He needs help in the offense, bro.
Yeah. When you said that, I thought about a quote that I heard they say Bobby Slowick said. He called his plays based on what his quarterback is good at.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is what I've been saying all along. It's what you have to do with these guys. You figure out what they're good at, and you make it work. From the first time they ever picked up a football, the routes are still the same. You're still running goals, slants, hitches.
Yeah.
All the routes and everything is still the same.
Yeah.
Now, how you integrate it in the offense and his arm strength and what he can do, then that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
Because they must change. But the size and the speed is for the higher you get up in football. So when you find out what he's good at, then that's what you go and run with.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. It's funny you said that, DC, because I feel like Mills is a better quarterback than Keenum, but I think Keenum has that X factor.
Mm-hmm.
And if you adjust your offense to the player as well, you still have the same offense, but have little knacks to benefit the quarterback, especially your backup one. You have potentials to win the games, man.
Chargers might come calling.
Might come calling who?
Slow it.
Oh yeah. I think he's gonna be. He ain't gonna be there long.
Yeah.
Am I go?
Yep.
All right. Let's move on to Tampa Bay and Green Bay. Tampa Bay goes into Green Bay and they come out with the victory 34-20. Baker Mayfield, 22 of 28, 381 yards, 4 touchdowns. Sheesh.
Yeah.
White, 21 carries, 89 yards. Chris Godwin, 10 receptions, 155 yards. Jordan Love started a hot 29 of 39. He finished 284 yards, 2 touchdowns. Aaron Jones, 13 carries, 53 yards. And Dontavion Wicks, 6 receptions, 97 yards. I don't think we've ever said his name before. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, total yard is 452 yards, 1 turnover, 22 first downs. Green Bay, 321 yards, 1 turnover, and 18 first downs. I don't know what flipped, but the Buccaneers turned it on.
Yeah.
Kraft, how you feel about Baker?
He had an awesome game.
Yeah.
I'm looking at
Clean game.
Jonathan Owens was the leading tackle for the Green Bay Packers. That tells me he's very big in the secondary.
Yep.
The secondary guys should never be your leading tacklers.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That means this guy's already 5 or 6 yards down the field.
Unless it's Palomalu or something.
Right, somebody like that.
Who's after,
That at least comes up to the line of scrimmage every
Right.
now and then. But for this guy to be your leading tackler, that tells me everything I need to know. There was no pressure on Baker. Nothing at all. And they did what they wanted to do. Big game for Baker. Todd Bowles. This is a team that when the season started, I didn't know if he was going to make it through because I figured they were going to be terrible this year. I really did without a quarterback. I thought the Bucs were going to be like a 4 or 5 win team, but but it looks like they bought in and they trying to fight for that last playoff spot in the division.
Yeah. So a great win for the Buccaneers right here. Now they're tied with the Saints at 7-7 on that right there, and Baker played a nice, clean game yesterday, man. He went to Lambeau Field. We all know that it's pretty hard to go in there and catch a dub, man. But when you go on the road and play, I thought the Packers looked pretty decent coming in before the game. And the Packers, I thought that they were gonna put up more in the fight, but man, they did it, man. Packers got the L right here against the Buccaneers. And Godwin, man, had a day, man. It's been a while since we heard of Godwin.
Long time.
Because lately it's been nothing but Evans. But Godwin, man, 10 catches for 155. Whew, man. I mean, if we had a touchdown with that, man, shit, man, that right there would have been your receiver of the week right there.
Like some of them Tom Brady days right there.
Exactly, man. But yeah, man, and also to White, man, 21 carries for 89 yards. She's not bad, man. And man, just Green Bay just didn't do much, man, because Buccaneers was coming all force with it, man. 34 points, man. Jeez, that lets you know that they came to play that game, man. Yeah. Jay, you got anything?
Basically, it's a race now. We'll talk about the Saints next, but the Buccaneers, Jaguars coming to Tampa Bay, Saints coming to Tampa Bay, and then Buccaneers going to Carolina for the last 3. It seems like a really nice, favorable schedule for them. But we'll discuss what the Saints have coming up, and then we'll see which one we'd rather be. But this is going to be the 4th team in the playoffs, and they battling right now.
Yeah, for that. Gentlemen, you have anything else between the Buccaneers and the Packers?
No, sir.
No. All right, let's go out to another game right here, man. A divisional game against the Jets and Dolphins. Final score 0-30. Dolphins take care of business at home. Let's go to some game leaders and start off with the Jets side of the ball. Simeon, he threw for 26, completed 14, 110 yards and 2 interceptions. Top rusher was Hall with 6 carries for 12 yards. 6 carries for 12 yards. basically 2 2 yards per carry. All right, and your top receiver was Gibson with 2 catches for 29 yards. Now to the Dolphins side of the ball. Tua, he threw for 24, completed 21, 224 yards and 1 touchdown. Top rusher was Morset with 15 carries, 42 yards, and 2 touchdowns. This is the one right here, man. Waddle, 8 catches, 142 yards, and 1 touchdown. Have a day, my boy. That being said, let's go to some team stats. Let's start off with the Jets side of the ball. 103 yards, while the Dolphins had 290. 4 turnovers for the Jets and 0 for the Dolphins. Time possession, 23 minutes for the Jets and 36 minutes for the Dolphins. That being said, this puts the Jets at 5-9, third in their division, and this puts the Dolphins at 10-4, holding down the number 1 spot in their division. DC, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
This is pitiful. They don't have a quarterback on the Jets roster. Period. You know, they lost to Raheem Waddle.
Yeah.
They did all the damage. 2 guys beat them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your team come in with 103 total yards, 6 sacks, no red zone attempts, and 4 turnovers. That's a recipe for disaster. You won't beat a Pee Wee league like that, man. You just won't do it, man. And there's nothing there for the Jets. I know that a lot of those guys are looking forward to vacation already because it's pitiful. For the talent that's on that team, for the way it looked like that, they're going to be a team that's definitely be in the back of QB market. Yeah. Zach Wilson, I don't care where you drafted him at. He got to go.
He got to go.
The whole room got to go right there. Other than Aaron Rodgers, everybody got to go.
Yeah.
And it's sad. So, good win, Miami. You needed it to stay in the mix.
Yeah.
And you got your layup this weekend.
Easy. And no Tyreek Hill.
Oh, yeah. No Tyreek, no problem.
Yep.
We got this other guy, Waddle, over here.
Yep. And now this puts the Dolphins at 6-1 at home, man. So very impressive, man, at home. Jay, what are your thoughts, man?
Game ball, Waddle, he caught 142 yards of Tua's 224 yards. That's crazy. And then Bradley Chubb, I don't know what got into him. He must really hate the Jets because 3 sacks, 2 TFLs, 3 more quarterback hit. He was whooping they ass. The Jets really, it's over. If you thought there was anything, now they're looking for the 6th spot. They're 5-9, 6th in the draft. They need to be looking for a quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't care if Rodgers come back. You still need to have. It's obvious he played a quarter this year, and you see what happened to your season. So, Garrett Wilson, I'm sorry, my brother, but you stuck with these cats, and we'll see. Miami at home is a juggernaut. We all know that. So, but we'll see. I mean, there's not much you can really talk about Jets putting up a 0.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, y'all boys got anything else from that game? No.
So where we going?
Kansas City
Chiefs, Patriots. Man, well, the Chiefs win the game 27-17, but it's still drama in KC. They improved to 9-5. New England drops to 3-11. Patrick Mahomes went 27-37, 305 yards, 2 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 13 carries, 37 yards. He did his damage in the passing game. Rice, 9 receptions, 91 yards, 1 TD. We found his go-to man now.
Finally,
he just needs some help from Tony. But Bailey Zappi, 23-31, 180 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And Harris, this is Kevin Harris. That's crazy. 4 carries, 25 yards, 1 touchdown. Hunter Henry, 7 receptions, 66 yards, and a touchdown. There is no doubt that the Kansas City Chiefs were going to win this game. They got 2 turnovers, but still 326 yards total to 206 yards for the Patriots. Patriots at least scored 17. They not used to those high numbers. Kraft, what you got?
Man, like you say, he found his number one receiver, man. He really did. And I think they got to bench Tony or something.
Yes.
Something ain't right.
It's crazy.
Something ain't. Let one of these other guys get those reps, man. I don't know who's calling the shot to keep putting him out there. The ball hit him right where it's supposed to, right between the left and the right hand, and he still created the interception. I know Mahomes gonna get credited for the interception, but that's one of them. That's on Tony.
Yeah,
they need to bring that in. They need to put that rule in. That's the way, because the drops this year has been ridiculous for the Chiefs. Man.
Yeah,
It's been just
terrible,
out of control. They leading the league. I know it's got to be frustrating for Mahomes. I know he's about tired of it. So once again, this offseason, he's gonna be standing on the table for some of these receivers that's coming available. So
yeah, man.
I'm looking forward to better days for them. But that's gonna be the thing that probably comes back and bite them.
Yeah,
Making these big drops and big moments. It's gonna be the thing that comes back and bite the Chiefs, man.
yeah. All right. So good win for the Chiefs right here. Patriots, man, like they're not looking so good right now. Patriots, basically, we know that the direction they're going to now, they're going towards a new regime within the coaching and possibly a GM as well. So now just a matter of time when the Patriots are going to part ways with Belichick, right?
Yes.
Yeah. At this point, maybe I'm pretty sure they're going to let him finish off the season, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So my question to y'all is, which coach should the Patriots bring in for next season, man?
It's gonna be, I guess, depends on who they hire for GM.
Yeah.
The next GM. That's probably gonna be who hires the next coach.
Yeah.
So, like I say, we won't really know until everybody gets fired that's gonna get fired.
Yeah.
So some of these head coaches may end up back in coordinator jobs.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think we still got about 3 or 4 more firings before the off season comes around.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a lot of shuffling going on.
Yeah. Yeah. So I saw something that Mahomes was I don't know if he was yelling at somebody. He was, I don't know, man, but do y'all know more on behind that?
Oh, that was at Tony.
That was Tony, yeah.
After that interception,
Mm-hmm.
hit him right in the hands, hit it up in the air, went straight to the Patriots. So once he got to the bench, he had enough. I don't know if Tony's being forced upon him because
Gotta be.
if I know they're limited receiver wise, but there's no way that he wants to throw the ball to Tony. I think he's just like four targets, 2 receptions, 5 yards for Kadarius Toney. Long of 3 yards. It's over, bro.
Yeah.
If you can't do it with Patrick Mahomes,
you can't do
it with
else.
anybody.
Yeah.
And he was a first round pick. That's
for the Giants, right?
Yeah, that's a damn shame. Scott Moore, nothing on the stat sheet.
That was another one that.
So they got this W, but I just don't see it.
It wasn't pretty.
I just don't see it coming.
No.
Yeah, I don't see them being successful in the playoffs.
Okay. Yeah, wasn't got anything else with the Chiefs and Patriots?
No, go ahead.
No.
All right, let's move on to the next game, man. Next game, we had the Giants at the Saints. Final score 6-24. Saints take care of business at home. Let's go to some game leaders real quick. DeVito, he threw for 34, completed 20, 177 yards. Top rusher as well was DeVito with 4 carries for 36 yards. Your top receiver was Slayton with 4 catches, 63 yards. Now to the Saints side of the ball. Carr, he threw for 28, completed 23, 218 yards and 3 touchdowns. Have a day, man. Your top rusher was Kamara with 16 carries for 66 yards. Top rusher was, your top receiver as well was Kamara with 5 catches for 44 yards. That being said, Kamara, have a day, my boy. Let's go to some team stats real quick. Total yardage for the Giants, 193, while the Saints had 296. Well, both teams, 0 turnovers, and time possession for the Giants was 26 minutes, while the Saints had 33 minutes of time possession. That being said, this puts the Saints at 7-7, second in their division right now, tied with Tampa Bay. And this puts the Giants at 5-9, third in that division right there. Basically, you're just playing for picks right now. That being said, DC, what are your thoughts in this game, man?
Saints defense was all over DeVito.
Mm-hmm.
The whole game.
7 sacks.
Yeah. All in his face the whole game. And
Yeah.
that little 3-game win streak had to come to an end.
Yep.
Sorry, Giants. All you did was mess up your draft position.
Mm-hmm.
When you wore it 3 in a row, you just pushed yourself further and further back out of it.
Now there's 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're not going nowhere this year. Good to see Waller back out there after he missed half the damn season.
Yeah.
Again. But Saints, they needed to win that. They needed a whole lot more than the Giants were trying to get a playoff spot. And Carr looked decent out there. Of course, he was against the Giants, but he did what he should have done.
Yeah.
Without Olave, they still did okay with it, man.
Yeah. Absolutely. Jay?
Yeah, the Saints defense at home, whole different squad. Did you see the hit on DeVito? Man, that was rough.
Yeah.
I don't know how the linemen keep from killing that dude. That was a crazy hit. So coming up with the Saints schedule, so we got next week the Saints go to LA against a pretty good Rams team, and then week after that they go to Tampa Bay against obviously a pretty good.
Oh Jesus!
Well, you said
that?
Yeah. He tried to take his head off. He tried to end that man.
Yeah.
And then the Falcons. So we talked about the Bucs schedule.
Look.
What's that?
Boom.
Oh yeah,
Damn.
I'm surprised they didn't try to take his head off. To be honest.
Bro, the way how it hit that damn turf.
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
He's part of that blue tent team.
Yep, they sent him in there.
So it's showing to me that the Buccaneers have the better schedule. I expect the Buccaneers to be the victors of this division. Just going to LA, Matt Stafford is balling right now, so it's gonna be tough. As a Cowboys fan with the 5th seed, most likely, I'm still torn on which one of these cats I want to play.
Yeah.
So that's why it's kind of interesting to me to see who's going to be the winner. If it was up to me, I'd play Falcons.
Right.
I want the Falcons, but out of the Saints and the Buccaneers, I'm not sure who I want to.
What was it called? Like a boy Chuck, a good friend of the show.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Man, that'd be something if the Saints host a playoff game against them Cowboys in the Superdome.
They win the division.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
that's exactly what's going to happen.
And he said, "Man, the Cowboys don't want to see the Saints in the Superdome."
Oh, see, he wouldn't say that to me because he knows I'll fry him up. He said that I don't think Derek Carr wants to see this thing.
No,
Derek Carr don't want to be in the Superdome. So they went against the right squad.
Jerron gave the stats when they're on that turf and when they're on the grass.
Yeah,
the surface matters.
Yeah.
I would love to do that. Run that one back.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty much good on this game. What we got? The
Panthers and Falcons.
Panthers, Falcons next. Do we don't have to talk about it. All right. You know what?
Real quick, man. Just do it real quick.
Yeah. 7-9. All right, next.
Panthers win.
Yeah, Panthers won 7-9. We can. Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. So let's talk about Arthur Smith.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm not going over all the other shit. But let's do this box score. Bijan Robinson, 7 carries. Was he hurt?
That's what I was going to ask.
I'm not sure. Did he get hurt?
Yeah. So what's it called? Like I think that he might have got hurt.
Okay.
Because I had him on one of my fantasy leagues and it said
questionable.
Questionable. So
okay.
I'm saying that. So yeah, maybe he did get hurt.
All right. Kyle Pitts, 4 targets. Did he get hurt?
I don't know.
No. Okay. Drake London, 3 targets. These are good players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out who the hell.
Same thing I got wrote down. The same thing you call out.
These are good players. Algier, who if Bijan's not there, and you are a running team, he only got 14 carries.
For 45 yards.
So make it make sense. Somebody.
You can't make sense, man. Like you really can't.
It looks like Bijan had a turnover in the second half. I think it may have been punishment. If you go to your fantasy league and he ain't got no Q by his name, it was Arthur Smith call.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just waiting for the news to come out.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. There's no way. You can lose to anybody.
Yeah.
But you can't lose to Carolina.
Yeah.
Not if you're Atlanta and you're in the playoff push. That's the one game you cannot lose. Even though it was in Carolina, you can't do that. You're too talented of a team to go to Carolina and lose to a team that's been losing all year long.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna get really, really, really loud. The chants in Atlanta right now, if they wasn't already loud enough. I wouldn't be surprised. But go ahead and get yourself out your misery. Start your coaching search for next year. Take him out.
What's he doing?
I don't know.
So Tyler Algier got 15 touches.
Yes.
Add up Bijan, add up Drake, add up Kyle Pitts. They got 13 touches.
Mm-hmm.
Who does he think he is? Man.
So
no, he just got benched.
Yeah.
He benched Bijan.
Basically benched. That's it.
Bijan was fine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like to be honest with you, man. Like the Falcons are way much talented team than what they show. What they really are.
This is the most talented team in the division.
Right.
And they're now third in that division, which they're not that far away, man. If they win out for the rest of these games, but now you got these other teams that they're you got the Saints and you got the Buccaneers a game ahead of you now.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be very hard for them to win now.
Falcons got Colts, Bears, Saints.
Wrap.
Yeah,
that's a wrap.
They should be 2 games ahead of everybody in their division.
Yep.
They should
with
get
the talent they got.
Right.
Yep.
Arthur Smith has to go.
Hey, and one more thing on the. Y'all saw the tickets for the Panthers game were like at $5.
I seen that.
Did you see the stands?
Yes.
It looked like 10
5 minutes before the game. It was just.
It looked like 10 people was in the stands right before the game.
It looked like a middle school football game.
People, yeah.
Yeah, they were comparing the 2015 Bank of America stadium to the one current now. Man, it's night and day, man.
You know what's crazy is when you see that some players' parents didn't even show up to the game. They couldn't give tickets. Like you've got 53 people on the sidelines who you could give tickets to. I'm pretty sure the organization guys like business as well. Yeah, So nobody wants to see do anything with the Panthers.
Hey, man, that's what I'm saying. It matters what type of product you have in the field.
Of course,
absolutely it does.
All right, next game. You want to take this one, James?
Yeah, let me go ahead. Commanders versus the LA Rams. Washington drops to 4-2 after scoring 20. And LA Rams improved to 7-7 after scoring 28. Matthew Stafford been looking like old Matthew Stafford recently. 25 of 33, 258 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kyle Williams, 2 fumbles, but 27 carries, 152 yards, 1 touchdown. That proves you can pretty much get a running back anywhere.
Yeah.
And Cooper Kupp, throwback game, 8 receptions, 111 yards, and a touchdown.
Have a day, man. You saw that pass that he was wide open?
Yeah.
Sheesh. Mm-hmm. For a second there, I thought he wasn't going to catch it. Man, sometimes, they say the hardest passes is the one that they're clearly wide open.
Yeah, because you don't want to mess it up. You want to throw it too, he's right there. You don't want to throw it too far, want to throw it too short. But Jacoby Brissett came in for a bench Sam Howell. He went 8 of 10, 124 yards, 2 touchdowns. Chris Rodriguez, I believe Chris Rodriguez, 10 carries, 35 yards. And Terry McLaurin, free scary Terry, 6 receptions, 104 yards, 1 touchdown. And when I say free, get him out of there.
Yep.
And then, so this wasn't even a game. This was total domination from the Rams. They made it look pretty in the end, but 445 total yards. to 297. They had 2 turnovers, which kept the Commanders in the game. But yeah, this was bad right here. Matthew Stafford is he's back.
Yep, man.
Wide open, man. That
Like you
pass
say,
was
man.
wide open.
It was, man. Just by itself. He's the only one in the screen.
How the hell you gonna leave the best wide? Well, bro, right now it's a toss up between him and Puka, but you left that dude wide open,
No.
20 yards by himself.
Yeah.
That's
How'd
crazy.
that happen?
Go ahead, DC. My bad, man.
That's the next Arthur Smith, Ron Rivera.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's all
yeah,
over.
I don't know if they're gonna wait till the end of the season or what.
Yeah,
But,
I'm pretty sure they are.
the Rams did what they, like Ron said, they dominated. Complete domination, man. And they're peaking at the right time, the Rams. They got some pieces
Yeah.
on the offensive side of the ball. And of course, they still got Aaron Donald to mess up the middle. But good win for them. They look like they're going to probably slide in their last spot. They're working on it.
They work, yeah.
Because they got a big game coming up this week, and they can help them out a whole lot. So it could be a scary team, depending on who the matchup they get in that first round. So Detroit, I'm telling you.
That's a good
You know what I'm
game.
saying?
Shit, man.
If they go to Detroit, they can beat Detroit playing the way they've been playing lately. So they might be on their P's and Q's in Detroit.
Man, both quarterbacks against the old teams.
Yeah, right.
Man.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Man.
That's a
You
spicy
see, man,
game.
that's
there.
Hollywood stuff right there,
right.
bro. Let's make a movie out of that, man. Yeah, man. All right, guys, you got anything else on this game right here?
Only downside, the commies are 4th in the draft now. They can get like a Penix or something. Hopefully they get a Bo Nix. Hopefully they get him. But they're in position to get a new quarterback because Sam Howell ain't the one. And Rivera, who is going to be fired, said they're sticking with Sam Howell for some reason. When you saw what Jacoby Brissett probably would have been looking better all year. So, I mean, it is what it is.
He's trying to get fired.
Oh, he's definitely gone.
All right, now we're gonna go to the next game. We got Jerron's Cowboys at the Bills right here. Final score 10-31. Bills take care of business at home, man. Bills been 6-2 at home, while the Cowboys have been 3-4 on the road. All right, let's go to some game leaders real quick, and let's start off with the Cowboys side of the ball. Prescott, he threw for 34, completed 21, 134 yards, and 1 interception. Top rusher was Pollard with 11 carries for 52 yards. Top receiver was Lamb with 7 catches for 53 yards. Now to the Bills side of the ball. Allen, he threw for 15, completed 7 for 94 yards and 1 touchdown. Top player of the game right here was Cook. 25 carries, 179 yards, and 1 touchdown. Have a day, my boy. Now to the top receiver from the Bills, Diggs. 4 catches, 48 yards. Team stats, real quick. Let's start off with the Cowboys. 195 total yardage, while the Bills had 351 turnovers. 1 for the Cowboys and 0 for the Bills. That being said, time possession, 24 minutes for the Cowboys and 35 for the Bills. That leaves the Bills now at 8-6, second in their division. This leaves the Cowboys with 10-4. Second in their division as well. But the good news out of this, the Cowboys clinch a playoff spot because of the loss of the Cardinals, right? So, yeah. So, DC, what are your thoughts on this game? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Jerron, what are your thoughts on this game?
All right, so give me a second. Give me a second to compose my thoughts.
You want DC to take it first?
Oh, no. I'm talking about give me a second to. All right, so Cowboys at home, 7-0, 40 points a game. 431 yards, 7. That's the best offense in the league. On the road, 3-4, 21.7 points, 304 yards per game, and they're -1 on turnovers. That's not winning, Super Bowl winning formula. If you even go back to the lesser teams who actually made runs, like even let's say the Giants, when they went to the Super Bowl, won it when they were 9-7, it wasn't such a gap in how they play. These are 2 different teams. So on the road they play like the Cardinals. At home, they play like the greatest show on turf. It's a huge gap for Mike McCarthy to actually uh, say that they're conscious of it is big, but that don't mean nothing because what are you going to do about it? There's nothing you can do about it. This game was won by the Bills coordinators. Um, McDermott called a hell of a defensive game. With the looks that he was giving Prescott, the way Prescott works is people don't give him credit, but he's a quarterback's quarterback. When he checks just like any other great quarterback would. He saw two high safeties all game, and he checked to runs. And Bills was like, "Well, that's what we wanted you to do because we knew that you see that, and that's how you're gonna check." Their safeties were flying around the ball. It didn't matter that they were missing pieces. Um, and then on their defense, their offensive coordinator, why stop running? Why ever stop running? Once Jonathan Hankins went down, they were just licking their chops. They don't do this. So to see that they stuck with the run over and oh, it was Josh Allen, it was Cook, it was Murray. Just keep it going, and they didn't get tired of it, which is I commend them for that. Like I was at the point where every time they dropped back to pass, I was like, yes,
Yeah.
It was positive for me for them to pass. Whenever I saw him hand it off, I was like, oh nah, it's gonna be 5-6 yards. But overall, so with that game, I mean, it is what it is. You went to Buffalo, you got your ass whooped. And I could tell early. That's one thing with the Cowboys. You gonna tell what team you get. Like if you see the Cowboys punt, it's over. Like once you see them punt early, it's like, oh yeah, they didn't got it today. So if I go towards looking in the future for the Cowboys, the Cowboys are basically a Pac-12 team. If you look back into you remember the old Oregon Ducks,
Yeah.
Chip Kelly, up and down the field. They look pretty. It's not power football. What happened with the Oregon Ducks went against the SEC?
Let them up.
SEC always said, all right, all that's pretty. All that motion's pretty. All these crossing routes. But when we hit you in the mouth, what are you going to do? And each time they've gotten hit in the mouth, it's been ugly. Cardinals, 222 yards rushing for 7.4 yards per attempt. 49ers, 170 yards rushing, 4.1 yards an attempt. Bills, 266 yards rushing, 5.4 yards attempt. Those are the ugliest wins we've had all season. And it comes behind not being able to stop the run. So basically, I just feel like in the playoffs, they're gonna they're gonna get one, and then they're gonna go on the road and they're gonna see one of these big dogs. I hope it's the Eagles. And I hope it's not the 49ers, because if it's the 49ers, it's gonna get ugly.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 40-10, 40-14, maybe. Yeah, it just gets to the point where I don't know if y'all are boxing fans, but y'all ever watch Amir Khan fight? Amir Khan, real flashy. He quick hands, but when he gets to one of those get close to you, put his body weight on you, push you in the corner, he's got a weak jaw, and we're seeing that with the Cowboys. They're pretty much they've got a weak jaw, and this is the most important team to have home field advantage, and it doesn't look like they're going to get it this year. Kraft,
Man, just looking at Josh Allen's stats, I'm like, man, the Bills got blowed out if you don't look at the score. Like, man, Josh went 7 for 15 this time of year with 1 touchdown, and they still won the game. But like you say, they ran it. And once they figured it out, they just kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it. So when you see that, do that bother you going forward? As far as when you get to the playoffs, every team you face is going to be probably a team that can run the ball for the most part. Some of them are probably a little better running back than James Cook, but James Cook, he's been coming along since the OC change. That new OC, whoever calling plays now, they done changed up stuff. But does that bother you going forward as far as teams that can run the ball?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Like I said, just the way we match up, divisional round's going to be tough.
Yeah.
You're going to go on the road. I would like to, like I said, I would like to see. I would like to go to the Saints. That's a fast arena, and we play fast on that turf. But then you go on the road, and you probably going to see the 49ers, and it's lights out. Like it's done. I'm not even going to tune into that one because I already know what's going to happen. Another thing is I got to give hats off to that Buffalo Bills crowd.
Yeah,
bruh.
Yeah.
It felt like If another thing, if you ever see Serbian basketball clips where the crowd is damn near on the court and they're just yelling at everything, they're popping flares and stuff, and that's what it felt like. I was sitting there, I was watching them like, what is happening? Like I knew just that environment itself. Nah, Cowboys ain't got nothing for that.
It's just like that atmosphere that they got going on over there in Buffalo right now. To them, it's a must win now from here to the regular season.
Yeah,
one loss, that's it. They're pretty much they're done. It would take a lot for them to be in the playoffs. So every game now, moving on forward, it counts so much more to the Bills than it did to the Cowboys right now. And also weather play a factor as well, man. It was raining pretty bad. And we talked about this in last episode. How will the Cowboys play in those conditions, in those cold, wet conditions? And did not look good for the Cowboys whatsoever, man. But the Bills, for some reason, man, they love to play dirty, man. They love to play in those conditions. They're built for those conditions, basically. And the Cowboys did not even show up, man.
No.
It was a tough thing to watch. And Jerron, I got a message from a big Bills fan / he's my cousin.
Oh.
He said, "Sorry, Jerron," and that's it. He just wanted me to tell you that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
It's ain't nothing to be sorry about.
He tunes in, watches us. He likes what we gotta say.
Yeah,
but he's a big Bills fan, man.
Yeah.
And because I asked him, I said, "Hey, man, you going to the games?" Like, man, tickets are crazy expensive right now. And he asked me, "Who you got?" I said, "Man, I got the Cowboys because you don't know what Bills teams you're gonna get." He was like, "Yeah, man, like you never know what you go get with the Bills." And by the third quarter, I was like, "Yeah, the Bills got this game, man." It's like, "You think so?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah." And that's when he said, "Hey, man, tell Jerron I say sorry."
Yeah. I said, I picked the Bills.
Right.
Just because the physicality.
Yeah.
And then you saw early, they back-to-back times, they took a shot at Dak.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, that's one of the things. You punch him in the face, and how they gonna respond?
Yeah.
Dak got up, and Zach Martin tried to help, but the message was sent.
Oh, that's another one. Zach Martin got hurt in that game as well, huh? Yeah.
And that was it. Floodgates open after he got hurt.
Yeah, you mentioned punts earlier. Dallas punted 5 times, Buffalo twice.
Yep.
Once
Dallas punts more than once, it's over.
Yeah.
They don't have it that game.
Yeah. How do you feel about Dak's performance, man? Yesterday's game.
I don't feel that
do you
bad
think they
about
were doing something to get at him, to throw him off his game, or what?
McDermott is a good defensive schemer. They were giving him false looks left and right, so he had to hold the ball a little bit too long, and they played a whole bunch of zone. They didn't let CD do his normal stuff, and Mike McCarthy called a bad game. So this is the worst game. Well, not the worst, but this is one of the worst games he's called all year. There's no motion, nothing they've been doing the previous six weeks. And then I know in the back of his mind, he knew that pocket was just going collapse them. So he played a down game. He was due for one. I'm not worried about Dak.
Mm-hmm.
It's just McDermott had his number, and Cowboys can't play left-handed because normally in that situation you would give it to Zeke and let him punish some people. Mm-hmm. Now you're giving it to Rico Dowdle and Pollard, who's not punishing nobody. We missed Zeke that game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, gentlemen, y'all boys got anything else between the Bills and Cowboys?
No.
I think that's it.
Yep. No, that's it.
All right. Let's go on. Move on to the next game. I got this one, Jay.
All right.
Next game, we have the 49ers at the Cardinals right here. Final score 45-29. The 49ers go on the road and take care of business with this divisional game right here. This puts the 49ers now at 6-2 away, and the Cardinals 2-5 at home. Haven't been that good. That being said, let's go on and let's talk about some game leaders, and let's talk about the 49ers first. Purdy, he threw for 25, completed 16, 242 yards and 4 touchdowns. Have a day, man. Top rusher was McCaffrey with 18 carries, 115 yards, and 1 touchdown. And also your top receiver was McCaffrey with 5 catches, 172 yards, and 2 touchdowns. McCaffrey, have a day, my boy. Now to the Cardinals side of the ball. Murray, he threw for 39, completed 26, 211 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Top rusher for the Cardinals was Connor with 14 carries, 86 yards, and 1 touchdown. And your top receiver was McBride with 10 catches, 102 yards. That being said, team stats, 49ers, total yardage, 406, while the Cardinals have 436 turnovers, 0 for the 49ers and 2 for the Cardinals. And time possession, 26 minutes for the 49ers and 34 minutes for the Cardinals. That being said, on this divisional game, this puts the Cardinals at 3-11 last in their division, and this puts the 49ers 11-3, holding down that number one spot in their division. And also the 49ers clinch a playoff berth as well. DC, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
A couple of things. That last stat you gave with that time of possession.
Yep.
That's what's key for them. I guess McCaffrey moves to the front of the line for MVP race. Now, I would think. The 49ers, the only way you're going to have to figure out a way to get some pressure on Purdy. That is going to be the only his uniform looked like it did when he comes out of the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
That is the only way that you're going to beat the 49ers. You've got to get some pressure on Porter to rattle him. 49ers, 5.4 plays per drive. So what that tells you is 5 plays, touchdown. 5 plays, touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
That was this week. The week before, it was 4.5 plays per drive. Yeah. The week before that, 6.3 plays per drive. And they scoring, man. So you're going to have to, some kind of way, make them have them long, drawn-out, sustained drives. Or you're going to have to get to Purdy. But other than that, he got 5 plays for this drive. He got 5 plays for the next drive, 5 plays for the next drive. And these guys are putting up points. It's crazy. Your time possession, you 10 minutes behind, but you still beat a team by 16. See what I'm saying? So you're going to have to get the Purdy. That's going to be the only way you get them. Only way. Unless somebody gets hurt. But other than that, it's going to be tough. And the way Shanahan run that offense, man, is to get it out quick. There's always somebody there. McCaffrey, Debo, Kittle. There's always somebody there ready. Ayuk. Yeah. So it's going to be very, very difficult, man, to beat these guys going forward because the way they get rid of the ball, short pass, long play, So I don't know what the recipe is going to be outside of getting to Purdy or somebody getting hurt. It's going to be tough to stop him, Fredo.
I say if you stop McCaffrey, you can win the game.
I don't know, Fredo.
How do you stop McCaffrey?
Get him hurt.
That'd
be the only way. You stop
man.
McCaffrey, that's it.
Injuries
I mean, like I don't know how you stop him, but
you can't stop him.
If you can stop him, if you can.
Nope. He runs the ball, he catches the ball.
That's what I'm saying.
Long, and coming out of the backfield, what linebacker's going to stick him? It's very difficult.
You're going to need at least 2 people covering this dude, man.
Ain't nothing going to stop him but injuries, like we said earlier in the show.
Yeah, at this point, it's only injuries.
Stop them is injuries, man.
Jay, what are your thoughts in this game, man?
Yeah, I think Brock Purdy sealed up the MVP with this game. 4 touchdowns. Kyle Shanahan makes it so easy for him. And don't get me wrong, he's playing well. Like you said, McCaffrey is the he is the guy right now, and there's no way to stop him. So it's just more of the same. 45 points, like nothing. So best team in football. I've been saying this for weeks.
I see this. Sam McDonald had to come in here.
Oh yeah. Garbage time.
Garbage
time, and he went 2 of 3. So, but if they don't win it this year, I'm fully disappointed. So we can move on.
Right, I don't see nobody. As long as they're healthy, I don't see nobody.
No,
that's no way. I don't care who your team is. This team healthy, it's gonna be no matter what. It's gonna be tough to beat them.
They got too. They like Batman. They utility belt. They pull out anything. Oh, you stopping the run? All right. Well, try to cover. Try to cover McCaffrey. Oh, you stopping McCaffrey? Debo can run it.
That's right.
Oh, you play action Kittle. Oh, now you want to make it a passing game. You go route them up.
Oh, you want a defensive battle?
You want a defensive battle?
Oh, we got Bosa.
Chase Young and Nick Bosa. What do you want? Like, how do you want to lose?
Oh, you got special teams?
Yeah, thank you. Basically,
you got mascots?
How do you want to lose?
Yeah. So you want the Bay now?
Nice. Yeah.
And when they lost their 3 games in a row, the injury was to Trent Williams and Debo.
They
lost them 3 games in a row to Cincinnati, Cleveland, and Minnesota. Those were the 2 guys that's missing, the left tackle and one of the receivers.
Yep.
So evidently that's a big difference.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Protecting that other side.
Yep. As of right now, the 49ers are pretty healthy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the healthiest going to win it.
Yeah. Jay, you want to take the next game?
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
Talk about Sunday Night Football, Baltimore versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Baltimore comes out with the victory 23-7. Lamar Jackson, 14 of 24, 171 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Lamar Jackson leading rusher, 12 carries, 97 yards. Isaiah Likely, 5 receptions, 70 yards and a touch. Trevor Lawrence, 25 of 43, 264 yards, a touchdown. And also the leading rusher with 4 carries, 41 yards. Agnew, Jamal Agnew, 2 receptions, 70 yards, and a touchdown. Ravens were never in doubt in this one. They dominated early and often. I'm surprised they only got to Lawrence one time, but they still dominated. Shout out to Keaton Mitchell. He promising rookie, gone for the year.
Yeah.
DC, you got any thoughts?
It was kind of a weird game script to me. Lawrence fumbled the ball twice, so if Baltimore's going to win, I'm sorry to say it's going to be on the defensive side. Because new OC or whatever, it still looks like the old Baltimore offense to me. It looks a whole lot like that, man. So 11-3, man. I don't know.
Questionable, man.
Yeah, and they still sack Lamar 3 times.
3 times, yeah.
But sometimes he look like he's playing too much in the pocket, man. Even though, because he know he has the ability to run, but sometimes he run up to the line of screen and he step back and he want to cut around the corner. Just go ahead and make up your mind, man, because the offense, like I say, new OC, it still looks like last year. And for him to have 12 carries for 97 yards, that's what he was doing last year. I was expecting his passing yards to get better. I've seen Jacksonville get towards a few games.
Yeah.
And he's got the receivers that can do it. And Zay Flower, 1 catch for 7 yards?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm like, come on, man. Come on, really?
Yeah.
You can do better than that, Baltimore, man.
What was OBJ a factor in this game?
I think he might have had 1 catch.
Jeez.
I won a couple of catches. Not much. Not much at all. Beckham 1 catch. Yeah. So, Isaiah Likely had 5 and Bateman had 3. So, man,
what's going
on? That's not going to get it. That right there probably won't even beat the Chiefs. And they're going to have home field, looks like.
Yeah.
Looks like the road's going to go through Baltimore. But
it looks like it.
They're going to have to do something different. You're going to run up on one of them teams in the playoffs that's going to kill all that and force Lamar to beat you with his arm, man. And I hate to see it, man. They changed OC and everything, but a lot of it is still. Some games you get flashed and okay, that's what the offense is supposed to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Then we come back to this, and it looks like last year, Fredo.
Mm.
What do you think, Jerome?
I just think their offense is going safe mode. They know their defense is gonna be the one who gets them there. Kyle Hamilton, Roquan Smith playing really well.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Madubuike playing really well. 4 quarterback hits. I don't think they pedal to the metal. They're not taking any chances, and it does seem like something's missing though.
Yeah.
All year it seems like there's a missing component to their offense that may get them clipped. I just want to see how they come up against like a Buffalo.
Right.
And if Buffalo's clicking,
Yeah.
that might be lights out for Baltimore.
Yeah.
But I mean they got home field almost sold up. So
Almost.
But
it's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tough. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
So Baltimore right now, man, it's a big. What is their identity? You know, is it running?
Right.
Is it passing?
Mm-hmm.
But we do know that the defense is the majority of their identity right now. For right now, but their defense can't win these next games because the Ravens have a very challenging schedule.
Oh, no,
They got the 49ers, the Dolphins, and the Steelers is going to try to ruin
if they have a chance to.
If they have a chance to.
Yeah.
Now, and this game is going to be in the Steelers game is going to be in Baltimore, but the next 2 games, man, I don't know if they're going to. I don't think they're going to have a chance. What they show against Jacksonville, I mean, 11 points from the 23 was from the kicker alone.
Right.
Yeah.
So that being said, man, we know what 49ers can do, and we know what the Dolphins can put up. But I don't know what type of Dolphins teams you're gonna get. You're gonna get the ones that go put up 30+ points on you. You go get the ones that just go lay down, on the field and not do anything. But they play at home, and we know at home the Dolphins bring it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see what's up, man. But right now, I'm not saying it's guaranteed the playoffs are gonna go through Baltimore, but it'll be very hard the next 2 games for them to win, man.
And even if they run up on the Colts, already beat them this year.
Yeah.
Don't forget that, and that's a possibility they're playing them again.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you say, man, like Jerron said, man, it just seems like something missing out of that offense.
Yeah, it's just they're winning, but the wins have not been impressive, But
they make it ugly. They make the game ugly, and maybe that's what they want. They want an ugly game where neither offense is doing anything, and they got the special teams edge. So I don't know. Maybe they just mucking the game up. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell they're trying to do in Baltimore, man. But they not playing it safe, man.
Now the time you should be hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is when like a team like the Rams are coming down and beat you.
Yeah.
Not in the AFC and the NFC. A team that's pumping on all cylinders might not have the best record, like Buffalo. They're starting to peak right now. This is the time you should be peaking, not the time you should be just getting by.
Yeah.
So they might come back to bite you. Especially a team like that, you get a bye and you get a week off. That's really they really don't need a week off. They
exactly.
really don't.
Yeah.
They really don't.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen. Y'all boys have anything else from this game right here?
Nope.
All right, man. Well, let's wrap up this episode. Week 15 of the NFL, man. Gentlemen, we're going to have 3 more weeks of football of the regular season. But, man, the next 3 weeks is going to be very intensive, man. A lot of teams are right there neck and neck, man, especially for the AFC side. What holds in the future for these teams, man? But everything's right there, man. This is exciting. It's something to look forward to, man. And, damn it, man, this is why we love the game, huh?
Right.
But other than that, thank you for tuning in to the Sheer Football Podcast. Like always, please like and share and like our videos. Subscribe to the channel. If you just want to, here's on podcast. We're on Spotify and Apple Music. And if you want to see these beautiful faces, just hit up the YouTube channels. Hit that subscribe while you at it. And we appreciate your love and support. Have a blessed and happy Christmas. Hopefully you're spending time with your families, gentlemen. Hopefully y'all have a great Christmas as well. Until then, next episode, we will be recording on Tuesday, not Monday, because Monday's Christmas. So, and there's also football games on Christmas. There's 3 of them. So tune in for those as well. But until then, gentlemen, see y'all next week, man. Later.
Peace.
Alive!